Could you give us an example of an innovative way that you were successful at a challenge with limited resources and your resourcefulness gave you a huge win, either by a landslide or that you surprised yourself? And what was that win?
Amazing question. Thank you so much for asking it. And you just teed me up to talk about my new favorite product, which is called Figma Make, which is Figma's prompt to AI. Has anyone played around with Figma Make before?
I'm learning Figma
Oh,
now.
Me.
Actually, I created my very
oh
first
my,
prototype, so I'm very excited.
yes, amazing. Okay, so I love this. So for those not in the know, like Figma has their core design product, and now they have this prompt to code product called Figma Make. What's really beautiful about it is you can connect it to a design library. You can bring in design components to reference. You can set guidelines for things. And so when it first came out, I was like, oh, I'm going to make like a boombox of 80s hip hop music or like things that I love, and I was using it for like really kind of like superficial ways that didn't really have impact. And so we were working with a client, we were just onboarding with them. We have a teeny tiny budget. And we ran a workshop with them and I used AI and I summarized the workshop. And they were like, we just want to make this kind of change. We want to make a change to how we think about our content structure and stories that we're selling on our site and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, I'm going to take the summary of that workshop. I'm going to bring it into Claude. We're going to start having a conversation there. And then I'm going to bring this puppy over to connect Make to my wireframe kit. And, all in like an hour and a half later, I had a fully clickable prototype that I could share with the client. Didn't have to tap any design races on my team, on my team. And we didn't have time. That was the problem. Like nobody had time. We didn't have bandwidth. And so I kind of jumped in. And on our next call, I was like, hey, by the way, this is how I think we can solve your problem. And they were like, this is exactly what had in mind. This is how we envisioned it. It had mega menus. I had a sticky nav. Like there was functionality in there that would take a really long time to prototype, but I could stand that up really quickly. And I've been doing that kind of process with a lot of clients when I want to show interaction patterns or we want to show like optionality. We had another client recently have a complex filtering system on one of their product pages. And so I was like, well, here's 5 different ways that we can look at filters. And I built it all in Make. Like connected the design system, the framework, a couple prompts later, like boom, I'm in a meeting with them. And now we're looking at 5 design options. That would have taken somebody on my team probably 10 hours to produce. So we're doing a lot of that kind of stuff. In fact, I'm just a couple of weeks, well, I guess it was about a month ago now, I spoke at a Figma event in New York to tell stories about how I'm using Make and how, because a lot of designers aren't using these kinds of products. And I know we all have like what I would call is like AI anxiety. Like people are so afraid of AI products. But when I see an AI product like Make, I'm like, let's go, because we can produce things so much more quickly. We're kind of borrowing from development a little bit. Like we can play the role of developer, we can play the role of product owner. Like there's a lot that we can do. And there's a lot that we can show that makes it easier for a client to understand where your head's at versus trying to explain patterns, explain what animation looks like, explain how something is supposed to function. It's so good. I'm glad that you're playing with it too. Yeah, please, everyone, try that product, try Figma Make. It's so much fun. I'm having the time of my life with that product.